You're lying there again, aren't you? The house is quiet, the screen is dark. The world thinks you're fine because you played the part today. You wore the smile. You did the work. You gave the I'm good to every person who asked. But now, in the silence of this room, the mask is off, and it's heavy. It's so heavy you can feel it pressing into your chest. You're looking at the ceiling and you're wondering if this is the ceiling of your potential or just the lid on your casket. You feel that cold, creeping static in your veins. That's not just tired. That's the fear of a future you can't see. Stop holding your breath. I know you're waiting for the floor to give way. But listen to me. The floor isn't falling. You are being forged, and today, we stop pretending. Today, we look at the wreckage, and we start building. Everything breaks. That's the fundamental law of the universe. Steel rusts, stony roads, and eventually, even the strongest will hit a wall that doesn't move. There is a specific kind of silence that happens when your plan falls apart, when the bank account hits zero, when the relationship ends, when the dream you spent 5 years building turns into smoke in 5 minutes. Most people call that the end. They sit in the debris and they start writing the obituary of their ambitions. They say, "This is it. This is where I stop." But the crash isn't the conclusion. The crash is the data. When everything goes south, you finally get to see what's left. You get to see what's real. You get to see what you're actually made of when the good vibes and the easy wins are stripped away. The math of survival is simple. One problem. One solution. Repeat. You don't need a 10-year plan when you're in the trenches. You need a 10-second plan. Can you breathe for 10 more seconds? Can you move your feet for 1 more inch? If the answer is yes, you are still in the fight. Your brain is a survival machine, not a happiness machine. Its job is to keep you safe, and safe usually means static. It is incredibly easy to be miserable. Think about it. You don't have to train to be a pessimist. You don't have to go to a seminar to learn how to doubt yourself. You don't have to set an alarm to wake up feeling like a failure. Your mind is on autopilot. If you leave the garden of your mind untended, the weeds of I can't and it's too late will grow 6 feet high by morning. Negative thinking is the default setting of the undisciplined soul. But you are not a passenger in your own head. You are the pilot. To move into your greatness, you have to grab the controls and pull up. You have to fight the gravity of your own comfort zone. You have to be willing to look at your own reflection and say, I see the fear, I hear the doubt, and I am choosing to ignore them both. You have to be the intruder in your own house of despair. You have to kick the door down and reclaim the space. We are emotional creatures, but emotions are terrible captains. They are beautiful passengers, but they should never have their hands on the wheel. When you are under the spell of a heartbreak, or the fog of a loss, or the fever of a failure, you are not seeing the world clearly. You are seeing the world through a distorted lens. You have to learn to decouple your actions from your feelings. If you only work when you feel inspired, you will be an amateur for the rest of your life. If you only move when you feel motivated, you are a slave to your hormones. The elite, the people who actually change the world, they move because they said they would. They move because it's 4 a.m. and the commitment they made at 4 p.m. yesterday hasn't expired yet. Back up, go within, recharge. If the room is on fire, you don't stay in the smoke and try to decorate. You get out, you clear your lungs, and you look at the structure from a distance. Stop making permanent decisions based on temporary feelings. The storm is loud, but the sky is still there. Everyone talks about being a diamond. They want the shine. They want the hardness. They want the value. But nobody wants the pressure. Nobody wants the heat. Nobody wants to be buried miles underground in the dark for 1,000,000 years just to get their molecular structure right. The difference between the person who makes it and the person who almost makes it isn't talent. It's not connections. It's not luck. It is the brutal, stubborn, irrational will to stay in the game when everyone else has gone home. It is the person who gets knocked down 6 times and stands up 7. Not because they are stronger, but because they are more annoyed by the floor than they are afraid of the hit. If you want it, you can have it. There is no cosmic gatekeeper standing in your way. There is no secret society holding you back. The only thing standing between you and the life you visualize is the amount of sacrifice you're willing to put on the altar. Are you willing to give up who you are for who you could become? We know the road is going to be garbage. We know the critics are warming up their voices. We know the obstacles are already being placed in our path. So why are we surprised when it gets hard? Stop acting like the universe owes you a smooth ride. It doesn't. It owes you nothing but the opportunity to exist. Make the decision now, before the phone rings with bad news, before the injury happens, before the rejection letter arrives. Decide now that you are victorious, not because the outcome is guaranteed, but because your spirit is unbendable. If you're going to be in pain anyway and life will make sure you are, you might as well get a dividend from it. If you're going to sweat, make sure you're building a kingdom. If you're going to cry, make sure those tears are watering the seeds of your future. Don't just go through it, grow through it. Look at your hands. As long as there is blood moving through those veins, the story isn't over. As long as you can draw a breath, you can draw a line in the sand. There is no expiration date on a comeback. There is no law that says, because you lost yesterday, you have to lose today. History is written by the people who refuse to stop typing. The world will try to break you. It will try to convince you that you are small, that you are insignificant, and that your dreams are just illusions. But the world doesn't know what I know. The world doesn't know that inside you, there is a fire that can't be put out by anything this earth can throw at it. You aren't dead. You aren't done. You're just getting started. Get up. Get up from the what ifs. Get up from the if onlys. Get up from the bed of your own excuses. The destiny you're looking for ain't going to find you sitting down. It's waiting for you to prove you want it. It's waiting for you to show up, blooded and bruised, and say, is that all you've got? Every giant was once a beginner who refused to quit. Every masterpiece was once a mess that someone stayed with. You have greatness in your DNA, but it's dormant because you've been playing it safe. No more safe. Nitrogen monoxide more later. No more maybe. You are the architect. You are the engine. You are the storm. Life is going to hit you hard, but when it does, make sure it hits a moving target. If you're ready to stop making excuses and start making history, hit that subscribe button and join us. This is the place where we sharpen the mind and harden the resolve. Comment below with the words, still in the game. Let the world know you aren't going anywhere. Go out there and earn your oxygen. We'll see you in the next one.